business, that bakery.
So, Troy, we have done 100 episodes. Before we talk about that, something off the top. Today is February 16th, 2022. It's Weston's birthday, so let's at least shout him out. Weston, happy birthday. I know
We
you're
love
not
you. That's our
listening.
little.
We're going to have a drink for you, even though you're not actually going to do it.
So he's turning 26. He's a little bit our younger. So I made on his 21st birthday, I made a Spivey special for him, which I'm drinking tonight, and it was a little too strong. So in his honor, you'll tell by the end of the show, I made this Weston's 21st birthday strong. So we're gonna have a really good time tonight.
All right, so on the docket for tonight, we are having a guest marathon. We will be having people come in and out throughout the night, pretty much every 15 minutes, which would be pretty crazy.
On the hour.
Loka, thanks for joining us tonight as well. We will have, should we announce them all now, or should we just, if they don't show up, maybe we just skip them?
No, we already posted about it. So first we're going to have Tyler Golden joining us from 8:15 to 8:30.
The Animal 916.
And then we're going to have Victor, our Kings expert. He used to be what was that? I can't remember what his title was. Ball boy, equipment guy. I'm sure he's going to be thrilled when he jumps on with my description of it. It's like when I called them the Royal Court dancers, but now they're not that. And then we're going to have our
crew, Troy. Come on.
Then we're going to have our Disney expert who's been on quite a few episodes with us, Anthony Vito, which is kind of nice because I want to pick his brain because I'm going to be actually in Disneyland in 2 weeks.
I think he's the only three-timer, Troy.
I think Sarah was a three-timer as well. So we have two.
I take that back.
But she was on that joint weird. Okay.
She was on the Valentine's Day one?
Yeah. And then we have Josh and Deb from the Connectable Podcast, where we basically was our first friend in the podcasting game. We were on their show. They've been on our show multiple times both ways. So they're going to join us. Yeah. So they're going to join us, which is kind of exciting. We can blow them up again about his awful bracket ranking and whatnot. And then we're going to close with the Golf Fanatics. Moose and Ryan are going to join us, and hopefully they'll stop dodging us and finally set a date so we can come on their show and take care of business.
Gonna be a good night. We got a lot going on, Troy. Before we get to our first guest, which should be at 8:15, but it's Tyler Golding. I don't know why we made him go first. It'll probably be like 8:20 or like, yeah. It's 8 o'clock in Hawaii when he'll show up. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about some highlights from the show. Just some things that I wrote down. Let's talk about these 2 mystery episodes that aren't. Well, it's actually more than that because there was a couple where I just like. Yeah, we don't need to punch that watch party where the Kings lost by 30 and we said some very inappropriate things about the Kings. So we just didn't post those podcasts. We have 2 really bad podcasts that started it out. We actually redid one of them, I think.
Recently, in the last 20 episodes. So the first 2 episodes weren't great. Actually, this week on social media, if you guys follow us at Spivey Special everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I posted a picture of what our setup looked like on our first episode ever. So we're at this little side table, and we had to share a mic, so we would have to go, and then we'd each dive in. It's like the closest I've ever wanted to be to Zach, and that's the closest I ever will be to Zach, was on those first couple episodes. And it was not that we're great now, but it was tedious, and like we were just like robotic, and
different show.
They were so bad. Different show altogether.
We did a lot of prep to try our hardest to talk for 15 minutes, and now we just have no plan, and we have a hard time stopping after like an hour and a half. So definitely different than it was before.
Don't pull the curtain back too far. Come on, it's the 100th episode.
This is the most prep we've done in like a year. Okay, Troy, do you remember the cooking episodes?
Oh, yeah. We cooked some deep dish French bread that had ravioli and, like, I think a chicken was in there. And
we made a spivadilla. We made that crazy sweet breakfast sandwich.
I think if you want to, that was too sweet. Too much going on there. It was delicious. But I think the spivadilla might have been one of my favorite things that we've ever eaten.
It's very good.
So it's basically a hamburger inside of quesadillas, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it was like a turkey patty too, which was different for us.
Yeah, balling on a budget at the time.
There's some things that we would do different, I think, if we did those ones again. The bacon wrap grilled cheese.
Oh my gosh, if that's not a heart attack, I think that's why I'm actually
Amazing.
going to the doctor in the morning tomorrow, is
Amazing.
because of that. We've done some crazy things over the
We did the
years.
field goal kick challenge, which
Yeah,
was a
Zach
dare
made it.
on the show. I made a
You never
45
know
yard
what's
field
going to
goal.
happen.
My favorite memory from the show
Give it.
is early on in the show, Troy and I, we didn't have any ads, but we figured that we were going to have them later on, so we made our own.
Cats.
And there was an ad that Troy ended with, because cats are cool. I don't remember what the rest of it was. I'll have to find the clip.
It was like a movie, and then what was funny is like after I did that, the movie, I think, or the show Cats came out or something. It was like the worst thing ever, and just we had a commercial.
When we post the podcast, I will post this ad in there just so that you can listen to it. I'll have to go back and find it. It's like in episode 6 or something. It is the most ridiculous thing ever, and I love it. Every time I hear it, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, if you guys are just joining us, like we said, we have 96 or 97 episodes actually on there. You can listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, etc. Go on there if you want to catch up. I mean, we think they're really good episodes, and like everyone who's listened to them seem to purge them, because we watch the listen ticker like it's, the last thing in our entire lives. So it's just been a wild ride. I mean, I think we've gone from having guests on, our first ever guest is a big shout out. I don't know if he's watching right now, but our dad. I think that, I mean, you know me, I'm going to get all emotional and stuff tonight, probably on different times of the night. But I mean, I think that was one of my favorite episodes, is having our dad, who's a little nervous / didn't know. And it just kind of turned into like one of those reminiscing, just talking nights where it's like, remember Arco when dad would like sprint out of there and like look back, we weren't there, and all of a sudden you'd hear this moo noise and you knew it was dad, because it was just those kind of things are why we did the podcast, is just to get it out there, to get the memories out there. And I'm just so happy that we decided to do it. When was this?
The first guest episode really transformed the show from whatever us boringly talking about Nicktoons or pizza or whatever it was, and it really
school projects.
Ooh, that was a bad one.
That was the one. So if you guys, there's this guy on Twitch or one of these things, and you'd give him one of your episodes and he would rate it on like his show. And that's the one he picked of ours. And it was like one of our worst episodes, where like we did it at like 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday just so we could get an episode out. And it was one of our worst. School lunches and school projects / recess, I think, is what that episode was. So if you're going back, maybe skip that one.
Or listen to it. Whatever you want to do. Jared jumping in with calling you a sissy already. I love it. Trying to tearing up already, you sissy.
Gosh, it's just reminiscing night, and I'm a little sauced up already on the Weston Spivey special tonight. So you might see a little more tears as we go, but probably not. Zach, real quick before Tyler jumps on here,
whenever he
thoughts on the Kings thoughts on the Kings in the first 4 games since the trade, pros, cons, or what do you think we need to do in the future?
I think it's we'll probably talk about it with a few of the guests. I think it's too many people to Tyler said I'll be on time trips. It's too many moving parts to move in at once. I think it's really unlocked De'Aaron Fox. He's played outrageously good on offense, but it's now that we have some people that can play defense, like DiVincenzo and Holiday and like Jeremy Lamb and some of the other guys we've got, it's really apparent that Fox is just a trash on defense.
No, he doesn't even try.
There's just wide open layups, and you're like, who's guarding that guy? And you'd be like, oh, Fox is like fake injured at half court. Oh, okay.
My thing is, maybe Buddy Hield wasn't that bad a defender. It's just he always looked like it because he was always trying to help on Fox's guy.
No, they're both dumpster fires.
He's been. Halliburton's had some really.
Halliburton's had good games, but they've lost all the games that they've played. Like,
they're a bad team.
He put up the similar numbers on the Kings when they were bad, when everyone was out.
Yeah, I think especially his numbers are going to look good because, like you said, there's nobody there.
So he's
going to. I mean, you look at the guy we got. Sabonis tonight, I think he had 22, 11, and 8, I want to say, was his line for tonight. And he did it on 15 shots. He was 10 of 15 from the field. And I think that's what you're going to get out of a stud like that, where he's not a high-quality
22,
scorer.
12, and 8. Trey had 5 offensive rebounds tonight.
But then you look at Fox, and Fox, I think, took way more shots, and he scored, I think, finished with 33. He got 4 cheapies, 2 buckets late that were in the last minute to get him up to 33 or wherever he finished at.
26 shots tonight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he was more of a just, I think that's a little too many for Fox, but I think Fox is just feeling himself, and he likes it. You see someone to guard DeRozan.
Those are like Allen Iverson numbers.
But he doesn't even have an arm sleeve.
Right. We should
do you think if
sleeve. Didn't he used to have an arm sleeve? Maybe that's
do you think Fox would step over Tyronn Lue if he had him? No. Like Iverson did, though?
He'd fake trip over Tyronn Lue is what he would do.
We don't want no scrubs, man. I'm still on the fence about Fox. I think if Sabonis can unlock him and he just needs to be better defensively. He needs to be more locked in on both sides of the ball. Because if you look at the best, I'm not saying Fox has a chance to be one of the best ever, but if you're looking at the top tier players, I'm going to go back to obviously Jordan, Kobe, even LeBron at times. Those three could take over the game on both sides of the court. And right now, Fox can't do that.
Right. He should be like the third best player on the Kings.
Yeah, that's what I think we're going to need we're going to need to, like we'll talk about later. We always set it up, but I think we're going to need move Barnes, Holmes, and maybe our first round pick and get a third horse. And then you fill in all the other little spots between them.
All right, Trey, we have our first guest. I'm going to transition over.
Oh, for you 1 minute early.
For you watching on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to struggle to fit all the faces in the boxes. So just give me a second here while we figure all that out.
What's in the box?
We're going to add Tyler in right now.
I love that I'm watching it on Twitch, and you already knocked me out of my box. So, oh my gosh.
I'm going to figure it out.
That's impressive.
There he is. There's a lot going on right now.
There he is. Right? Look at that handsome dude.
What's up, boys? Well, you guys figure that I'm going to go ahead and pour my actual Speccy special.
Now we're talking. Hey,
look at this. Look at this professional.
Cheers, my man.
Hey, it's a celebration, you know.
Yeah, it's a party. So Zach, we already have a list of things. Zach's, I think, still trying to fit the boxes in here.
I got all the faces in. I can't get the score thing to figure out, so we're just gonna have like the bottom of my shirt.
Nice.
That's too Tyler's shirt. I think in the bottom.
That's my shirt.
So
yep, I think so. We're just gonna go in a second. Let me wiggle around.
Ooh, now we're talking. Now we're gonna need more than 15 minutes here.
I'm gonna need a cold shower after that.
What's up, boys? 100 episodes. Congratulations.
What is going on, Tyler? Thanks for being on the show.
Honored.
So Zach,
honored.
Go ahead and just read off all the episodes that Tyler has joined us and all the things he's done for our show, because that's kind of why we're having everybody on tonight. And then we'll get down to our new game. I don't know if you've heard it, because I know you stream on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
But it's called Rap, Race, and Rumble. So we have three different lineups for you to pick after we, show you our love.
Heck yes. I'm here for it.
So I think officially Tyler has only been a guest once, but he has been a call-in guest like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
During other shows. So he was our guest on episode 35. Do you remember the 3 subjects we talked about while you were on?
We talked about Taco Bell. We talked about wrestling. And I don't know. I don't remember the third topic.
Beer pong.
Oh, God. It's an easy one. I should have known that. Yeah, beer pong. Yeah, wrestling and Taco Bell, though. Yeah, I remember fondly.
That episode, I learned more about Taco Bell and their app than I think I ever wanted to learn.
And you're welcome.
I still don't have the app, because I figured if I did and got into your level, I'd be there a lot more than I should. So
that's fair.
Zach, also, I want to remember that Tyler was very upset because he did not make the first or second montage on guests, because he was just a call-in guy, and we wouldn't put him on the montage until he was officially on the show. So
yeah, I'm a sassy bitch.
Tyler has been a contestant in almost every single contest that we've had.
It's a good time.
Also, another thing that Tyler's done for this show, I mean, if you guys are just joining us, this is Tyler Golding, also known as the Animal 916. He's an amazing streamer on Twitch. He plays Madden, and really does a really good job. He explains everything he's doing. He has a lot of music in the background, and sometimes he even wins with the Cowboys, which in real life that doesn't always happen. So Tyler, we appreciate everything you've done. Also, 2 years ago, or it might have been 3, he came out and was on the Spivey Special podcast hole at our charity golf tournament.
Yes, he
pouring
was.
Spivey Specials, playing beer pong with a 17-year-old, and it just thank you so much for that as well, Tyler.
Oh, I loved it. I had so much fun. Like I said, I think I was your guys' first super fan. That's fair to say. And I think that's still true to this day. I just love you guys. I love you guys. I love what you guys are doing. The energy is so great always, and the growth you guys have done over the 100 episodes is incredible.
Wow, why don't you just
mostly
say
in my
Zach's
midsection?
fat? I mean, you don't have to say.
I remember the shirt fitting a lot better. I don't.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay.
These damn shirts, where they cotton? They keep shrinking on us.
Think then. All right, Trey, or Tyler, let's get your thoughts on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, great
football
start.
Expert. Who was your pick?
Yeah.
How did it go?
I mean, it went down as planned. I figured the Rams would win due to that D line. Hope the Bengals would win. And for all intents and purposes, it was an incredible game. Absolutely loved every part of it. There was back and forth. It had everything you'd want. And I think that the no pass by Stafford was it's so dumb. I can't believe he threw that in that big of a moment. Like, that's just. He deserved it. He deserved to win a ring, and he finally got one. He finally is on a good team, and it was great to see. I love the halftime show. I think I've seen on Twitter it's polarizing, which I don't see how it's possible. I love the halftime show personally.
I thought it was fantastic. That was one of the best ones I've seen.
I mean, that was the biggest, most overweight Spider-Man that I've ever seen when 50 Cent dropped down like that. And I didn't know where Mary Jane was when they were about to make out and where the rain was going to come. But I mean, I really enjoyed the halftime show.
Yeah.
2 things on my thoughts. We haven't really talked about the Super Bowl yet.
Maybe we'll do an episode next week about it.
I felt like if Odell Beckham didn't get hurt, I think the Rams would have run away with it. Stafford kept throwing to the guy who he thought was Cooper Kupp, but it was number 18, Skimmer-Rinky Dinky Dink, or whatever he was. He's like, is that 18 or is that 10? I think it's 10. All right. Oh, he dropped it, bastard.
Skimmer not gonna work here anymore.
The thing that's kind of funny too, though, you see all these stats like after the game that Stafford has as many Pro Bowls as Mitch Trubisky and all these different things, but Stafford put in his time. I mean, he has the 2 highest passing seasons with a receiver in history, and he was on a team that didn't win.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot in his arsenal. Would you say after that win, you're going to put Matt Stafford in the Hall of Fame, or you think he needs to do a little bit more before he retires?
I'm not putting the Hall of Fame. I think I need to see a little bit more. I mean, it's great. It's great for him to get a really signature win like that on a great stage and get some recognition that he deserves. But no, Hall of Fame. You can't have like multiple 1-15 and 0 records on your resume. And I get it. It's not his fault. It's his team. But I think he's still got 3 more years to prove that. If he continues at the level he's at right now and he's doing it, yeah, I think we start talking about. But I don't think I wouldn't even start having that discussion right now.
I loved Richard Sherman on Twitter this week.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, he's been blowing that thought up.
He's like, he has the 1 Super Bowl, he has 1 Pro Bowl, he has no All Pros. And then someone responded like, "Well, look at all these people that won All Pros." And he's like, "Yeah, that's the point. It's the Hall of Fame. Those people should be."
Okay, quick thought too. I saw a discussion on just kind of Twitter and all that. TJ Watt and Aaron Donald discussion. I mean, Watt saying, yeah, his brother is like the best in the world. And I would say Donald is more impressive just because I understand the stats, TJ Watt's ahead on all those, but I just think that position wise, it's hard to compare them.
I mean, for me, I think TJ Watt deserved the Defensive Player of the Year last year and this year and the year before, to be honest with you. So the fact that he got it this year, I mean, he tied Strand's record. When he's on the field
with 1 less game, yeah,
exactly. And when he's on the field, he's unstoppable. I mean, he's literally unstoppable. They have to scheme around and completely, which I understand they do that for Donald as well. But Donald's got a way better than supporting cast with you got Floyd and now Von Miller and all these monsters on the side. TJ got like Tuitt and Bud Dupree for 2 games. The man's
team.
just
come on,
right. I mean, it's just TJ Watt breaks my heart.
Cowboys and Mean Joe Greene and Jack Ham.
Harrison.
TJ Watt's tough for me because he should have been a Cowboy. Cowboys should have drafted him. Instead, they picked Taco Charlton.
Oh, I love Taco.
Which will forever haunt me. But he's the best player. He's the best.
You were very high on Taco when you drafted him too.
I was not. That is a lie. That is an absolute lie. How dare you? I was devastated.
That was Taco Bell, Zach.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't think anyone named Taco has really done well in professional sports because wasn't there like Taco Fall or one of those basketball players?
Yeah.
I don't think he did very good either. A G League contract.
Sounds about right.
Perfect.
All right, Tyler, I need to know everything that you know about our other superfan, Loka. She is only in our stratosphere because of you.
Well, she's lurking right now, so it's not even.
She's playing Call of Duty.
She's not. Yeah, she's not going to be able to enjoy this. She's the best. She's absolutely the best. I talk to her every day. She's got 2 kids, 2 little boys. She, like I said, she's really great at Call of Duty. She lives in Florida. She's hilarious. She streams. She's actually a streamer. So if you guys are, not following her, please make sure you follow her because she's incredible. And she's just an absolute delight to be around. She supports everybody in the community, and couldn't say a bad thing about her if I tried. She's so mad she missed that.
We'll still have to listen back. We'll tell her when she lurks in. So there's rumor on the streets that Vance wants to challenge you to a game on Madden on your stream. How do you feel about that?
He'd get destroyed. I'm on a he the one time we play, he's riding the high off the one game he beat me where I spiked my controller and it just it's fine. He wants the smoke. I promise he doesn't. If he plays MUT, especially if he wants to play Regs, he might have a chance. But he goes MUT.
If they play Madden Ultimate Team, then he stands no chance because
he stands 0 chance.
Tyler plays like 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
And he spends like $48,000 a year on this game. There's no way that he would ever beat that team.
Stop it.
he broke even.
Now, if we played 3-click random quick play, that's a different story.
And I do like that. I do like the randomness of it. I just know he could get a better team. But the good thing would be I'd have an out. So that might be the move. If he is that serious? Is that a true thing he wants to do? Because I'm so down for that.
Well, I don't know. Rumor on the street is he beat like the top 13th player in the world or something like that the other day, and then I think he ended up losing. I don't know. No, that was the Cowboys in the playoffs.
I believe if he wants to, if he follows Tyler and gets enough points, I think it's like 20,000 points. He could play him.
Yeah, tell him he's got to watch for a little bit.
Shoddy Snipes is the best video game you could ever do online. So I'm just going to stop with that. We don't need to talk about video games anymore. Shoddy Snipes, Halo 3. Let's do it right now. Everyone, load up.
You don't even have an Xbox.
Doesn't matter. I'll play in real life. Got a Nerf gun. All right, we got to wrap race and rumble before Tyler gets going. We got 4 minutes left before our next guest is going to join us. Just a short little stint by the Animal 916. I think, are you going to get streaming tonight?
Yeah, I want to hang out in your guys' stream. I want to watch it for a while. But yeah, I'll be on later tonight.
Cool. So if you guys don't follow Animal 916, I think if you're here, you probably do, and that's why you're here. Go ahead and follow him, and then watch him. He's an amazing Madden player. Like I said, he does a really good job of explaining everything that's going on, all the Madden cards and Taco Bell orders and all that kind of stuff. So I got 3 people for our game that we just created a couple of weeks ago called Rap. You got a rap battle against one. Race, you got a race against one of them. And number 3, Rumble, you got to fight one of them. So the 3 I got are Terrell Owens, Deion Sanders, and Chad Ochocinco. Those are your 3.
That's tough. I'm definitely fighting Deion because Deion is the least physical of all those. Deion was it's my business to not press. I'm here to cover. I'm not here to tackle. So I'm fighting Deion. That's easy.
Yeah, I think you'd be a good rapper too. I think that's a good.
Yeah. Plus Deion ran a 4 flat 40, so you have 0
That's true.
chance.
That's true. And now it comes down to because both the T.O. and Ocho beat me in a race easy. But who's the better rapper?
Ocho
That's
raced
really the question
Zebra.
here. He did. He did.
You got it. Yeah. In this game, if you can get 2 out of 3, I think you're good. If 1 out of 3, you're probably lucky. But 2 out of 3 is just unreal. So who are you gonna race and who are you going to rap?
I'm rap battling against T.O.
That's the
especially this late. He's lost his marbles a little bit in these latter years of his life. As a current day T.O. definitely rap battling him. And Ocho, I'm racing him, but I'm losing. I'm getting flooded. I'm gonna throw a stick in his way. So yeah, like I said, Dion I beat in a fight. Easy. I don't even think twice about that. I would fight prime Deion Sanders with my current not prime self, and I think I'd still win that fight.
What year was prime Tyler?
Oh God,
2004. Yep, absolutely. He was the defensive player of the year.
I peaked early, baby.
I don't remember high school knee injury. Is that what it was?
Yep. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's an easy one though. I like it. So you're gonna do this with all the guests?
Yeah, I have like different ones.
Nice.
I have because you already did The Rock, Bo Jackson, and Muhammad Ali on our last show, so we're gonna give that to some of our guests that might not have listened to that episode, and then I have a golf one later for our golf fanatics guys. So cool. I'm gonna save that one in the satchel.
Put it in the keep it holstered. I like it. Who's coming up next? Who's your next guest?
Victor Rodriguez.
Oh, it's a W.
Yeah, he's gonna come on, talk a little Kings, a little of all the episodes he's been on, and who knows what's gonna happen. Depends when how this Spivey special is going down and those beers for Zach. So
I like it. Oh, Zach, I forgot to mention. My pops had Plenty the Younger today.
What?
Apparently they had it on tap at like Old Pizza up in Auburn. I know. My mind was blown. Old Town Pizza in Auburn.
Really, the one downtown?
Yeah, they had it. They had Plenty the Younger
in Roseville too.
That's what I want to know. So he said they do. So
because they have we'll talk offline about that. Year long there. So
correct, but they got the Younger on tap. So he had that today, and I was like, "Oh,
we might have to end this stream early." So that
we gotta go, boys. Happy 100 day. We get it, guys. All right, guys.
We're gonna have to get someone to drive us, but I think that'd be a good.
Someone go find my pants. We gotta go.
Keep them off. Fuck it.
Why not? No rules.
All right, Tyler. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tonight on your stream. I'm here for the ball pit.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us,
guys,
sir.
Dude.
Much love.
My pleasure. Listen, super fan here, man. Love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll be here. I can't wait to the rest of the stream.
All right, later, dude.
Bye.
All right, back to the duo.
Victor is here. We're gonna let him back in. Or we're going to let him in, not back in.
Whoa. Vic, I don't know if you're going to be on our...
pop up in the thing. It did.
Vic, nice. Look at that. I don't think you're on our...
sir.
You might not be quite on our level, but we're here to have a good time. It's the 100th episode, baby. What are we drinking tonight? We got anything on this?
Nothing. I saw your previous guest came with the Spivey special shirt and
he was drinking
the Spivey special drink, so... I had nothing for you. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. Zach, go ahead and give Victor Rodriguez his Spivey special podcast credentials, if you don't mind.
I believe Victor is also a multi-time call-in, so we're not going to do that for him too. He is a one-time actual full podcast guest. He was an in-studio for that one. He was on episode 38. We talked baseball. Chicken sandwiches, which I have an update for here in a minute, and we talked the bubble. That's how long ago that was.
Wow.
That was really long time ago.
So chicken sandwich update. I have now had a Popeye's chicken sandwich, and Victor was right the whole time. Popeye's chicken sandwich. That's where it's at.
I'm glad that you have now seen what's going on and kind of seen the light.
Well, thank you for suggesting it, and it has changed my life substantial. Victor, tell me about the lockout. What's going on? What have you heard? When are we getting baseball?
I have no clue, man. I wish I had info for you. You guys know Bailey works for the Giants, but no inside info whatsoever. Not confident in either side that they'll get this done. Almost guaranteed the season starts late, but just no clue, man. I wish we could be a fly on the wall and hear how those conversations are going, but they don't seem to be going well. So hopefully we don't lose too much of the season, but I'm just expecting a shortened season for sure.
Yeah, I read a report that the players are going to come give a proposal tomorrow. Obviously, they're not going to immediately agree to it. So it's going to be one of those back and forth times. But luckily there's 162 games, and really to keep a fan interested that long, I mean, if it's 120, it's 120 at this point.
Some would say they should do 120 every year because it just makes it a shorter season. Obviously, it's not as much of a grind. So, yeah, I mean, either one works for me. But I mean, yeah, I just want to see some baseball, man.
I miss it for sure. All right, Victor, what are your thoughts on the Halliburton-Sabonis trade? We talked about this.
I was hoping you guys weren't going to ask me about this, but I knew
you knew
coming.
We were going to ask you about
it.
We've been talking about it for weeks.
I know.
I need your initial, like when you first saw it on Twitter reaction, and then I need your 2 days later. I had some time to cool off.
Right. Yeah. My immediate was like, that can't be real. I reread it like 3 times to make sure I wasn't reading the wrong name. Then I felt sick because Halliburton is the man, guys. When was the last time we had a young stud who just fully bought into Sacramento and wanting to be,
his name's
as
De'Aaron
he said
Fox,
in his interview,
ready to pack his bags and send him on the airplane.
Right. Yeah. So it's just been a long time since I've been invested in a player like this, so I was devastated for sure. A few days later, I understand why they did it. I mean, if I'm the GM, I still don't make that trade. I don't trade Halliburton. I think that he's going to be a superstar point guard. And I think Pacers fans 3 games into his run there are thrilled with how he's performing. But I get it. You need in this league, you need 2, 3, 4 guys, who are studs to really win games. And I think Fox and Sabonis through, 4 games have shown a really good kind of pedigree together. So I can see what McNair was seeing and why he was getting excited about that idea. I think for me, I'm not going to really judge this trade until a few years at least. You got to see is Sabonis going to sign a contract and be here long term. If you trade, 7 years of control of Halliburton for 2.5 years of Sabonis, unless there's a championship in that 2.5 years, I don't love the trade because you're losing all those years of control. But obviously, if he signs a contract and makes this his NBA home and Sabonis is here for years, I get it. And then we also got to see what they build around those two. They've got pieces and draft picks still to go get another guy. And so you just hope that that's kind of what's going to happen this summer and kind of see what disgruntled stars, so to speak, become available. And we can kind of hopefully grab one of those to become a third wheel for Sabonis and Fox. Honestly, I think you're best if Fox is your third best guy anyway. So I'd hope that whoever we get is kind of in that Sabonis, if not better than Sabonis range. So a week later, I get it. I'm still hurt. I'm watching all the Pacers games now, and I've never watched a Pacers game in my life. And I'm just like, Halliburton as your number 1 point guard is incredible. I think he had 20 plus points, 15 assists today. He just looks really good. So just not a guy I would have traded. But taking a step back and not being, emotional about it, I understand what their plan is, at least.
Yeah, Zach and I were kind of talking about the same way. I think the Kings right now have 9 corners and no middle pieces of the puzzle right now. So what our thoughts is we think that you're going to have to take Holmes and Barnes and maybe your first round pick and go get a third horse. And then you can build around whoever that may be, Sabonis, Fox. And you put in some guys who can play some defense and shoot. That's the 2 things right now I think we're lacking. I know it's a lot of parts we've thrown together in the last week or so. So I don't think everything's fallen where it's going to fall, but you need people who can shoot in this year's NBA, and you need people who can play defense. And Fox definitely can't play defense. We understand that.
I'm really big on DiVincenzo, though. I will say that. I mean, I was really excited about the DiVincenzo ad. Whether he's your starting 2 guard or your 6th man off the bench, he defends well at the guard position, handles, creates. Shots been pretty bad this year, but a lot of people are saying it's because of the injury to his ankle, and with more time he'll get better. So I'm excited about that move a lot. Yeah, man, there's pieces there for sure now. I'm just hoping that they're not gonna. I mean, I don't know. I think they're better off if they don't make the play into this year and get another high pick to add to those pieces.
I feel the same.
But obviously, Sacramento, I think we've kind of used all of the patience that we had in the bank, and so I think a lot of fans and definitely ownership are just who cares about long-term stability? We need to make it play on this year. So again, don't agree with that, but what do I know?
I think Monty did the best that he could with the direction from ownership is to push for the 10 while still going with his goal to just blow everything up that Vladdy did and try to undo it. And that's what you did. You got rid of Tristan Thompson, who was a negative. You got rid of Buddy Hield, was a giant negative.
Gosh, Buddy Hield. What was his first game with Indiana? He was like 1 of 12 for 3 or something stupid like that, I think.
He was 1 for 13, I think, yesterday. He had 36 yesterday, but he had like 1 for 13 the game before that. The problem with Buddy is he can't do anything other than shoot. If he's not just catch and shoot, he can't dribble, can't defend. I don't know. I'm not going to miss him. Let's put it that way.
No, I like the way that the ball's been moving since he's been gone. They're trying to figure each other out. A lot of weird turnovers because you don't know what the guy's going to do. Like, it looks like they're going to make a cut, but they're really faking. And since you've never played in the same unit before, you don't really know that he's going to do that. So I think they'll figure some of that stuff out. Some of these guys, there's just like too many people, like Jeremy Lamb and Trey Lyles and some of these people. I don't know that they're going to stick around. And Holmes just seems like he's completely deflated and useless at this point. I was really hoping that they were going to flip him in that last 20 minutes before the deadline, but they couldn't find.
Yeah, I was texting one of my buddies today during the game. Yeah, I was texting one of my buddies during the game today, and I was just like, man, Holmes does not look like he was doing nothing out there. He can't, I don't know. It's got to be hard to go from, starting every game to all of a sudden playing 10 to 15 minutes a game, but he seems like he's just totally out of it. Like something's going on, he just doesn't look like the same player that he was for the first 2 years we had him.
I think also too, it goes from you're playing with Halliburton, who that pick and roll was one of the sexiest pick and rolls I've seen in a very long time. Those two had a really good, 2-man game going, and now you're running a pick and roll with Davion Mitchell or someone other than that who's not quite what Halliburton was. I think that's also going to be deflating.
I saw
it makes Holmes look a lot worse.
Fox in Holmes did the pick and roll thing today, and Fox tried to throw the floater lob. And it was like a line drive throw that went like right through his fingertips and out of bounds. And Holmes is just like shaking his head. It's like, come on, dude.
Fastball.
It's the same move I've been doing. Just kind of lob it up there and I'll throw it in.
All right, Vic. Well, we don't have a lot of time left. We have 5 minutes left. So you're going to play one of our favorite games that we just made up 2 weeks ago. It's called Rap, Race, and Rumble. So I'm going to give you 3 choices. It's like Kill, Bang, Marry. You have to do a rap battle against one, you have to race against one, and then you have to fight one. So that's how the game works. All right.
I'm not actually rap battling anyone, right? I'm just choosing who I would rap battle against.
Yeah, you're not actually going to rap battle. Okay.
Yeah.
So here are your 3 choices. You have Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Okay.
Bo Jackson, and Muhammad Ali. You got to rap against one, you got to race one, you got to fight one.
All in their prime.
Yeah. All in their prime.
I'm going to go
current day Muhammad Ali. That's kind of messed up.
Right. I was going to say, I think I would still rap. I would rap battle Muhammad Ali. I'm not really, I think. And I have to race somebody. Well, I'm not going to fight The Rock in any way, shape, or form. So I won't fight The Rock. And then the third option was Bo Jackson. I got to race Bo Jackson.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, just kidding. I'm going to rap battle Bo Jackson. And I'm going to race Muhammad Ali. And then I'm gonna fight. I don't know, man. This is tough. I'm not fighting The Rock. Okay, so I'm gonna fight. Oh, God, this is brutal.
Yeah, that's the game, baby.
I'm gonna get wrecked. Okay, let's start over here.
So the way to do it is, who would you want to fight?
Exactly. I'm gonna fight Bo Jackson. These are all horrible options. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna fight Bo Jackson.
Okay.
I'm going to rap against Muhammad Ali. I'm still sticking with that one. And then I'm going to race The Rock.
Okay.
I've seen him in Jumanji, though, and he looks pretty fast. So I've got no shot in any of these battles anyway.
Yeah, well, you're not outrunning Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
No, exactly. That's and I'm not out fighting Muhammad Ali in his prime either. So that kind of answers that.
Our consensus, we did this a couple of weeks ago on the show, is you're going to rap against Bo Jackson, you're going to race Muhammad Ali, and you're going to fight The Rock.
Okay.
That's what we agreed on, because you don't want to fight Bo Jackson, you definitely don't want to fight Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
You don't want to rap against Muhammad Ali.
He's that guy. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
He was the one the ladies like before the one the ladies like.
That was a good call. I don't know. Where am I looking on the screen, by the way, to see Troy? Am I looking to my left or am I looking straight up?
You got him.
I'm
You
here.
get a Brady
You're
budget
up left.
up to the left. There you go.
There. Perfect.
Perfect.
All right. And
Awesome.
we got one more for you.
Okay.
This is a football one.
Ready.
Same game. Terrell Owens, Deion Sanders, and Ocho Cinco.
T.O., Deion Sanders, and Chad Ochocinco.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not racing Deion.
That's the right call.
I'm not racing any of these guys. I would race T.O. because I think he's the slowest of the three.
Okay.
I would fight Deion because he's the smallest of the three. And then I would rat battle Chad Ochocinco, even though I actually feel like he might have some flow. But just by process of elimination, I'm going with that.
Our last guest went exactly with that, I believe. I think that's the right choice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I hit it. There we go. I love that.
All right. One last thing before we kick you out of here. We move on to our next guest. I think we have Vito next up at 8:45.
He's up in the
Super Bowl. How did you feel? Just a quick little recap before we move on.
I thought it was a really fun game. I was kind of going to be happy with either result. I normally don't like anything LA, but I really appreciate Matt Stafford and seeing him get out of Detroit. It was cool to see him get a ring. I think I'm one of the millions of people who are all in on the Joey Burrow bandwagon. So I was kind of rooting for them. Plus a cool story with them, not even winning a playoff game in over 30 years and going to the Super Bowl. So it was one of those ones where I was going to be fine with either result. I thought it was a really good game. I'm a little disappointed that the refs had such a big influence on the end of it. But besides that, it was very competitive back and forth. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun game to watch. And that's kind of all you can ask for as a, not a fan of either team.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, I didn't really care one way or the other. I thought the halftime show was pretty good. I kind of wanted a little bit more Eminem, but I understand why they went more with the Dr. Dre because he's kind of the, reason why they were all up there with him. So
personally, it was the 50 Cent surprise that got me excited.
That was my favorite part.
You just like that part because it made you feel good about your body shape.
It did.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, this guy, him and I are on the same diet plan right now.
Let's go, baby. Mediums.
All right, Vic, thanks for joining us. Go Sharks.
Appreciate it.
Of course, guys. Congrats on 100 podcasts. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, later.
Thanks. 2 guests down. We have our last solo guest about to join us.
Vito is
Anthony
in the house. He'll be popping on in a second. Is he going to end up in the box? Vito.
Oh, boy. Anthony, no. I'd rather have a churro at Disneyland than anything else in the world. Vito is in the house.
What is going on, dude? Thanks for joining us.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm watching the end of the first period Team USA versus Canada women's hockey.
Oh, the gold medal. What's the score we got?
Gold medal game. We looks like we will be ending the first period. Canada up 2-0.
That
Canada's
sounds about
just
right.
the better team. Absolutely the better team.
I don't know.
I think one of the best gals on that team actually got hurt for US early in the prelims or whatever.
It's okay. Canada men lost today on the same day that the United States men lost, so neither team will be getting a medal in men's hockey.
We just learned so much from you, Anthony. I don't know why we go anywhere else for our information on
Do you have
the
like a
Winter Olympics.
biathlon update for us as well?
What about mixed curling?
No, I can give you that men's curling has qualified for the semifinals. However,
those are my dudes right there. Those are the dudes.
Team Schuster will be playing for in the semifinals this weekend.
All right. Well, we have Anthony on. He is a 3-timer. One of two three-timers on the show. That's not counting guest spots during the live shows that we had on Podbean and all those other weird ones as well. Anthony, you were on episode 25 where we talked about Disneyland food, the movie The Lion King, and the Gumball Rally, which we're going to circle back to here in a little bit. Episode 50, we did food debates, arcade games, and we created the $6 million man quarterback. And episode 77, which was the field goal challenge recap. You've been on a lot of shows, Vito.
Yeah, well, when you've known each other for this will be 34 years? No.
32.
Turned 36,
31, 32.
32 years.
Too many.
Yeah, 2 years. So I'm averaging a show a decade of friendship. So,
Yeah, in about 10 years, we might have you back on if everyone else says no.
Yep.
So
that'll give me my fourth one for the fourth decade. Yeah.
All right, big news. Anthony now has a little Anthony at home. How's life with Lorenzo? We get to see him tomorrow, so we're excited.
You get to see him tomorrow. He's good. We have mastered the sleeping at night thing. We have not mastered the sleeping during the day thing.
Oh boy.
So when you want to get things done at normal hours, like, I don't know, just clean the house or do normal dishes, yeah, that's pretty difficult. Dude wants to be held constantly, but come 8 o'clock, this dude is out. We can get a good 3.5 to 4 hours and at a time, and life is good. It's just the daytime sleeping that we are missing at the moment for him. But he's getting big. I think we're passing over the 12-pound mark here pretty soon. So
what you're saying is you're a parent of a newborn.
Yes, exactly what I'm saying. But wouldn't have it any other way. We're having a great time. Absolutely love him, and he's smiling and doing all sorts of fun stuff. So he's excited to come on over and see everybody tomorrow night.
All right, so during this process of you having a newborn, you abandoned your wife at home to go to Disneyland to do the gumball rally with her sister. I need all of the details that you can do in the next 11 minutes before
He's been training for this. He's been training for this his whole life.
It was a Christmas present, as we established in a previous episode. It is probably the most fun day at Disneyland that you can have as a Disney nerd. And so
the goal is to go on as many Disneyland rides as you can in one day with certain rules that they decide to tell you the morning of.
Yes. So this is their 20th time that they've done it. So it starts in the morning. You get there about 6:45, check in, get your wristband and everything. It's teams 2, 3, or 4. Then they start giving out the rules. The rules are pretty simple every year. It's the same stuff. Don't be a jerk at the park and all that fun stuff. Then there's always a twist. This year's twist was no Genie Plus, or to call it no fast passes. And you couldn't use your cell phone. So you couldn't even check wait times from your phone. So
did you have to leave your phone with them?
You left it in your backpack or whatever. They have spotters around the park, and you wear a badge that says your team number on it. So the last thing you want to do is be caught and they nail your team number, and then you get disqualified. So at about 7:45, they say, do you want a blue book or a green book? There were 2 books this year, 16 attractions in each book. And you got to answer the question. Essentially, they are easy enough. If you ride the ride to answer the question, get you the point for riding said ride. And then we were off. We picked the blue book first.
Why wouldn't you?
Seemed to have been the book that most of the top 10 did pick first. And then it was on. Had to finish by 7 o'clock, and the twist again this year was the finish line was not right outside the front gate. And
are you serious?
All the way back at the hotel, which was another block and a half, all the way out on Harbor. So a lot further of a run at the end of the day. It was also 95 degrees, so you were battling Los Angeles, Orange County heat, and then there's a picture group photo at 12:45 this year, which is worth 10 points. So obviously you can't miss that. If there's only a possible 32 available points, you don't want to lose the bonus 10. Every minute you're late costs you 2 points. So when it was all said and done, we accomplished 31 of 32 said rides, and we lost based on time. We finished in second place to a team that has already won a gumball rally. They are a previous champion, if you will. But second place, it's a mom and a daughter out of Arizona.
They've always been good. They were probably the favorites this year.
They won their very first one.
They were plus 250 before it started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Came out of nowhere. You never even saw them the whole day at the park. Couldn't tell you where they were, what they were doing, or anything. Because usually you see the same teams around, or you see everybody and you wave and you talk or chit chat or whatever. You have a good time. part of the fun. Then all of a sudden, this team out of nowhere, allegedly based on what we were hearing from the judges, we lost by about 11 minutes. They accomplished the same 31 attractions, but finished 11.
What attraction didn't you accomplish?
Rise of the Resistance, the new Star Wars ride in Galaxy's Edge. Just knew right away that was going to be one that we weren't even going to attempt. And on our day, the attraction didn't even start working until about 11 o'clock in the morning. So, and then it's an hour long, 80-minute wait plus a 30-minute attraction. It just was not worth it for us. So we said, you know what, we'll just try to finish the other 31 as fast as we could. And second place, best finish ever for me. And so saving one more spot for when I can have my wife back as my teammate. And hopefully that'll be
maybe.
Maybe she doesn't get invited.
Yeah, I mean, you're top 2, baby.
Yeah, we did finish in third last time I ran it with her. So
that's worse.
So what you're saying is every time you change partners, you do a little bit better.
A little bit better. So it looks like, Zach, you're up next and we'll be champs.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Then all the rides are going to break and then no one will be able to ride them after you. Good plan.
Sabotage.
I love it.
Dumbo's been down for 3 hours. Some fat guy was trying to get in there.
So, the question this year was, how many times can you make the Dumbo ride go up and down in a time of riding the ride? So literally you had to ride the ride, go up and then down and count that as 1, and then go back up and then come back down as 2. Well, I don't know if we hit that weight limit there, Zach. It would just be like,
it would have struggled to go up.
The answer was 0.
0.
It's 1/2.
It broke in half. We hate this game.
So, but it was a lot of fun. So quick little trip. But glad to be home as well when I got home and was able to get home in time to watch the Super Bowl. So,
okay, quick thoughts on the Super Bowl.
Halftime was great. I felt Cincinnati got out coached at the end. I'm not too sure how you can play an entire game with this great mindset. Mixon's playing a halfway decent game against that defensive front, and then you give up a 15. I know the refs started all of a sudden decide to throw flags in the last couple minutes, but you give up a 15-play drive when everybody in the entire world knows that Cooper Kupp's getting the ball, and you gave up a 15-play drive to go down. And then when you're coming back down the field, you have 2 timeouts, 3rd and 2. I don't understand why you run it with your 3rd down back who hasn't gotten you a yard pretty much the whole game. Oh, and by the way, you're going to run it against the 7-time All-Pro defensive lineman. You're going to run it right at him.
Twice.
Then you have to call a timeout. I know you're going to save one to try to kick the field goal to tie, but now you've called a timeout, and now you're stuck. You have to throw the ball on. Like, everybody in the building knows you have to throw the ball now on 4th down because you're not going to run it and waste your last timeout. Well, then that just gives Aaron Donald, Vaughn Miller, and all them just free reign to just come after you, and they get after him. Just, I didn't like the play calling, I didn't like the coaching, and I think that was essentially it was Sean McVay back from when he got beat. Zach got out coached in a big moment.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I mean, like, you had 2 3rd and shorts in the game, and you let P. Ryan run it instead of your, stud running back. Why not? It's the last game of the year. You can't hold anything back. That's what I learned from the Mud Dogs. They never did. So I didn't like that.
I think they're just trying to get tricky and make them think that they're going to throw it, and then you just hand it off to them.
But
it didn't work.
It was like almost like an off-tackle dive to the right on P. Ryan's play. I didn't understand, like, even there, go to do the drop back and go to QB draw, or do a draw to Mixon. That play had worked earlier in a couple drives before. Joe can get you on a rollout or something. At least leave the ball in the player's hands that got you there. Just don't, I don't know. And especially because then at that point you do have to use that timeout. So on 4th down, you already know you're going for it on 4th down or not already. Why not run or throw a pass play on 3rd and then run it on 4th if you want? And I think it opens up your playbook. But I think they really tied themselves, put themselves in a very tight situation there. Now only have one timeout on 4th down, knowing that you're going to have to throw it. And, the reffing, everybody's been complaining about the refereeing for the last 3 or 4 years in the NFL. It is what it is. They're going to make calls. They're going to make the play. I mean, there was 2 penalties the entire game up until the last 2 drives.
I thought both of the refs are out of position on the T. Higgins play. They're both on the backside. Neither of them could see what was going on, which is it's on them for not being in the right position to see that.
I don't know how everybody in the building. It's a on the play, the touchdown coming out of halftime.
That's what we're talking about.
Everybody could see Ramsey's head get turned around by the guy's offhand.
Right.
It's not like there's a bunch of people there, a lot of traffic across the middle. This is sideline, only guys down there. Like, how do you miss that call?
Well, if you watch the two refs, the one that would make that call is directly behind T. Higgins and cannot see his face mask. And then the other one trailing is too far behind the play to really see what's going on.
I think, too, one of the biggest plays, I mean, it changed a lot of momentum, is when the Bengals got that interception in the end zone, and then that guy without any pads came on and celebrated. Now that drive's going to start on the 10 instead of the 20. I thought that just kind of changed a lot of the momentum.
And I'm sorry, if I'm the coach again, that's coaching. That dude would have never been on my sideline for the rest of the game. What are you doing in the Super Bowl? You're costing your team a half the distance penalty. And then the camera finds him still sitting on the bench. I'm sorry, you would have been in the locker room, and I better not see you for the rest of the night if I'm the coach. I felt since the moment was just too big for Cincinnati.
Or maybe switch shirts and do it when the Rams get a big play. I mean, come on, let's be smart here.
All right, we got 1 minute or so left before we get Josh and Deb in, although I only see Josh waiting to get in right now, so we'll see how that works. Vito, F, Mary, Kill, Ronald McDonald, Grimace, Hamburglar, go.
F, Ronald McDonald, Mary, Grimace, Kill the Burglar.
I think that
might be the
choice.
Right pick. Yeah. I think Grimace might be the most gentle lover, though. So
there's a lot of things going on in that situation.
I'm going to clip the part where he said,
we will break that down. We'll break that down the next time. Next time you guys have me back for my 4th appeance, we can go a little bit more in depth with that, gentlemen.
Yeah, 2030. We'll give you a call.
That one down with him.
Everyone have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the show. Zach, I will see you tomorrow.
All right, later, dude. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Vito.
Later, guys.
All right, so as we wait for our next guest, Josh.
He is here
in the house for episode 100. Of course, what's Deb's late? She doesn't even know how
Come on, we know this at this point, right? You guys have done this for a long time. You know, I even told her this time. I said, "Hey, I'm logging on." She's like, "Me too." Was she really? I don't know.
She's using her hotspot.
Yeah.
You know what she's doing? She's putting grapes in a freaking colander because she thinks that we're going to be coming to your guys' show.
That's right. I remember that. What was she making? Like super healthy cookies? You know?
I don't even think that was
something that there was zero chance that we were going to try to eat.
Exactly. What's going on, guys?
Well, thank you for joining
Not a lot.
us.
Yeah, for sure.
While.
It has been a while. It's always good to see you guys. Congrats on 100. That's awesome.
It's been a crazy ride. You guys were our. We don't have Deb yet. Of course, she's late. You guys were our first podcast friends.
It's true. Troy reached out to me on Facebook and was like, "Hey, man, can I talk to you a little bit about the podcast thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So we kind of chatted for a little bit, and then. I was just a big fan of what you guys were doing because who did I talk to? I think I talked to Victor Rodriguez, our common friend, and he's like,
earlier guest.
Oh yeah, see,
he was on earlier tonight.
Yeah, and he's like, those dudes are awesome. He's like, they're so quick, and then with like the humor and the jokes, and I'm like, it seems like they are, and then actually having the conversation.
Here she is.
Yeah.
What time is it? Yeah, 9:08. She's in the house.
9:08.
You make us look bad.
9:01. I'm a teacher. I'm never on time, ever.
I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. I'm not sure though.
Never on time.
You guys have kids. How do you feel about that? Like, this is who's going to be teaching your child one day. It makes me terrified for my kids.
I'll find out what school she's at. That's for sure.
Hey, for the record, I did log on in time. I just don't know how to work my Mac quite yet. So it took a lot of exiting out of Windows, and I'm like, oh, there's where I enter the passcode. It was right there the whole time. There we go.
This is my every Tuesday night, guys. This is what I deal with.
That's so
You think by now she'd have it a little bit figured out at least. Zach, he's going to be trying to fit
getting these things to fit in the boxes, so just bear with me while we figure this out.
Don't worry about it. So I'll go ahead and I'll just kind of talk while I watch Zach on my phone and try to fit us in the boxes.
Okay.
It's not going well.
No, it's not. So it's a good practice for our next two guests that are coming up in a minute. But so Josh and Deb, we've been on their show. I think you guys were our first guest spot. We were at that random church off of what street is that out there off of 50 and Bradshaw? I think
Bradshaw,
it was.
Micro, yeah, Capital Christian Center, yeah.
And you guys had us on. We were in like the break room with fruit, and like you gave us like water, I think, and it was pretty wild times.
Yeah, that was our first interaction, right? It's like, oh, cool. You really rolled out the red carpet for us. You brought fruit and waters. Have you not listened to our podcast? Like, what makes you think we were going to eat this crap? Like, sorry, guys.
Like a sarcastic type of, hey, come and join us. We got lean cuisine.
Yeah, it's like we were trying to sneak you guys into like a Weight Watchers meeting. It's like, hey, guys, surprise. You thought it was a podcast, but really, trying to get you to buy this thing.
We love it.
You guys didn't like our personal office?
We did.
We did like 7 people came in.
It was very impressive.
Yeah. Well, we're not there anymore. So, we finally got kicked out. They got tired of Deb saying that it was her office. They're like, we can't have this anymore. We got to get you guys out of here.
All right, Zach. So go ahead and just shoot their credentials for us.
So we've been on both of their podcasts, actually. They were on episode 37 with us, which we talked about Little League food and The Office. I think Office was like over an hour of that episode. That was a long one. And then, so I wrote this down, and I honestly don't remember anything about this episode because I titled it weird. Episode 68 was titled Giraffes, Brotherhood, Judge Judy, and it was with Josh and his brother.
That was an awesome episode.
And I don't remember anything talking about any of those 3 subjects. And I think to go back and listen to this episode.
I mean, I don't want to come off as rude, but I think the best part of it was that it was Josh and his brother.
I believe the first 20 minutes of that were us talking bad about Deb.
Can we talk real quick about your ranking system on your brackets? It's just atrocious. This Final Four squad.
Hey man. All right, we'll do it. I didn't want to do this on air, but we'll do it.
We made the Elite 8 twice in a row. We keep getting dogged.
It's impressive. Well, you guys are always 13, right? You guys were 13 for Combine, and then I think you guys were 13th for this one. I don't know what the deal is, but you guys always make a solid run. Here's the deal. I try to explain this to people. We do it based on how many downloads you guys got for your episode. Apparently, they wanted to keep you at 13. So you guys got to talk to your followers, anybody who's listening to this right now, and say, hey, get us to that next level. That's all it takes.
Josh, we can't even get them to listen to our show. They're not going to go listen to another show, too.
Fair enough. You know what? I don't know, guys, but you guys always do well. You guys did really well this time.
Yeah, we got beat the last minute by somebody that beat us by a ton. So
yeah, he started trying at like 8:01 and it was like over at 9. So he had a really good last 59 minutes.
I really thought I was texting my brother Jordan. I said, hey man, these Spivey dudes might pull it off because Paul, the eventual champion, wasn't promoting it. He didn't do it at all. I'm like, they actually might sneak in there. And then I saw that story go out. I was like, oh, that's it for these guys. It's a wrap. So
I think that's 2 straight years that we got dethroned by the eventual champ.
Yeah, that's good consolation prize, I guess, right?
Yeah, we made a friend out of it.
There you go. Yeah.
DT, not
Mr.
this,
Daniel Thomas.
This last guy. I mean, we can't keep being friends with people that beat us. It's weird.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so what's new with you two? We have some, I don't know if you guys brought any grab bags, but we have this new game that we're going to play here in a minute. It's called Rap, Race, and Rumble, where I'll give you 3 choices. You're going to have to rap battle, you're going to have to race, and then you're going to have to fight one of them. But what's new with you guys? Tell us a little bit about where your podcast is going right now.
Well,
go ahead, Deb.
I'd love to hear Deb to explain it.
Oh, where can
me too.
Well, as Josh, if I'm just speaking for Josh, the ones that I do like to show up for on the Connectable podcast, those are great.
She took a whole month off. I'm sorry. Hold on, Deb. She took a whole month off. I'm like, hey, you have some stuff that you're busy with. School's crazy. Why don't you take a month off? And then it turned into like, hey, I can take any day I want off. So that's what I'm dealing with, guys.
We take months off all the time just because I don't want to hang out with Troy.
Sure, but it's a
and we do it on Zoom,
right? And you fair enough. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Deb.
Might I mention that this whole relationship thing started with Josh because I was supposed to hang out with his wife and his sister more, and I have yet to do that so much. I see Josh way too much. But anyway, Connectable's going good. Josh is holding it down for us. It's how many I don't know how many episodes. We're at like 70 something, right?
I think like 67.
Oh, okay. Well, see that they're good.
Unconnectable, or is that with the other one too?
No, that's just Connectable. That's just Connectable. Yeah.
So that's a good one. I'm starting an additional project that we talked. I don't know. Can I talk about it, Josh? Or
go for it. It's too late now.
No. So it's not.
I have this really good thing, but I'm not going to talk about it.
No, yeah, go for it.
But it's top secret. No, it's not launched or anything out there yet, but I'm starting an additional podcast for like women, like girl talk and all that,
Finally.
Shit that you guys don't like to hear. So
you don't know
that's gonna be separate. I've done some recording, so I'm just waiting to see if I'm just waiting for Josh to teach me how to do all the things on my own and to launch it and get that going hopefully next month. So
it'll be good to have one episode every 3-4 months. So
yep.
Hey, I mean, it's gonna be what they're gonna take. Take what you get, because it's just whenever I do have I have 4 in the books right now. So yeah.
That should be good. Yeah, it's like it'll kind of be like a branch off of what we're currently doing, but yeah, it will be really good. Deb did an episode with 2 of her close friends, and people just really love that episode. So we started talking about it. It's like, I think this might be a good thing. I'm not trying to get rid of her, but if it happens, it happens.
I mean, if she does something on her own, I got to be by myself. I mean, not 2 episodes.
It's like, okay, cool. Normal Tuesday, by myself again. Yeah, that's fine. So
normal.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
So
all right. So did
Troy,
you guys come
with a grab bag, Troy?
Well, did you guys come with any grab bags? I think Josh said he's going to bring some grab bags.
Yeah, it turns out to be a lie. I did not bring one. I did have something in mind, but now I can't remember. Oh, I did. I lied. I did think of one earlier today.
Okay.
You know that there's that game, or maybe it's not a game, but like a thought that people talk about, where if your life was on the line and you had to word for word sing a song to save your life, basically, like what song would you choose? Like, other than like Happy Birthday, right? Can't be Happy Birthday.
Oh, that was gonna be my pick.
I know that's what most people are like. Happy Birthday. I'd probably still mess it up with that much pressure on me. But like, what song would you be most confident to sing if your life was on the line?
It's easy. Tequila.
I'd pick a Wipeout.
You know, heart.
There you go. Wait, Zach, what was yours?
Wipeout.
There you go.
Just a long drum solo, some surf guitar, and then I just have to say Wipeout.
See,
at the correct time though, so I might screw that up. Who knows?
That's true. You mistime it. It's the end of Zach. Yeah.
All right. If you guys could supplant yourself into one music group, which music group would you supplant yourself into?
And who are you replacing in the group?
Yeah, that's very important.
Mine's easy. Spice Girls, Ginger Spice. Duh.
That makes
sense.
That's
like a layup. That's about as easy as the Wipeout tequila choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Josh.
Oh man, that is a tough question. What group would I jump into? Dang, I don't know. I'm
Zach, do you have one?
Backstreet Boys. I'm pretty confident about how I look, and I would not fit in with those guys. I get it. I'm okay with that.
Maybe
you're way too handsome.
Oh. Man, I'm struggling to think of, because I'm a huge fan of hip hop, and I'm trying to think. One of my favorites is Outkast. Like, I love Outkast.
Andre,
who are you going to replace in Outkast? I want to hear this.
I think it has to be later. I think it has to be Big Boy. Yeah, don't add him, please. No, I think it has to be Big Boy. I love Andre 3000, so I think it would probably be that. Yeah. That's a good question though. I like that. I'd have to think about that a little bit more, but off the top of my head, that's the direction I'd go.
So I don't know who Deputy Dog 9 is on Twitch, but he just said Josh looking thick. I'm gonna guess that's your brother.
That's my brother. That's his that's his nickname. That's what my daughters call him, Deputy Dog.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I should have known he was going to pop
I only
up
recognize
somewhere.
that because that's our fantasy football league. I won't mention anything else after that.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
You were the champion. You didn't even show up most of the weeks, but you just took them down. And
oh no, she didn't show up
congratulations
any of the weeks. And like I said, she came over to the house to drop something off, and my wife and I, it's a family league, so we're like, oh yeah, by the way, you won the whole thing. And she's like, what? She's like, I need to figure out how to log on to see this. Like, oh my gosh, like please leave the house. Like this makes my whole family hates Deb now. That's not an exaggeration. Like my mom, my dad, everybody, like Deb's dead to us as Takamoto's.
Does this mean I'm not invited to any other fantasy football leagues ever again?
Deb, you're not invited to any family function ever again. Yeah. She used to joke how she was like the adopted Takamoto. We gave her back. We want no part of Ginger Spice. So she's done. Hope you enjoyed your trophy.
All right, Zach, which banner are we getting you into?
I think I'd want to be in Casey and the Sunshine Band, and I think I want to play one of the like weird background percussion instruments. I feel like there's like a tambourine or something that I could play in the Sunshine Band.
I'm going Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I'm gonna be the bass player.
That's a solid choice too.
But you don't even know how to play the bass.
That doesn't matter in this fictitious game that we're playing. Okay, I'm gonna be the bass player because I feel like that's the guy that I relate to the most.
All right, Trey. We got 2 minutes. What do you got, Trey?
All right, this game's called Rap, Race, or Rumble. I'm going to give you 3 options. You either got to rap battle against them, you either got to race them, or you got to fight them. Okay?
All right.
You have The Rock, Bo Jackson, and Muhammad Ali. You got to rap against one, you got to race one, and then you got to fight one.
Well, we got 1 minute. I'm going to mix it up. We're going to replace those since you've already done that one twice. Rap, race, rumble, Michael, Dwight, Jim Halpert.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
I would rap against Michael.
Wow.
Race, Jim, and rumble with Dwight.
You'd fight Dwight?
Those are like the 3 worst choices that you can make.
Yeah, like
I feel like
confident I am.
Isn't he a black belt?
Have you seen Lazy Scranton? I'm not battling that guy on a rap. So okay, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna rap against Dwight. I think I'm gonna fight Michael. That's tough. I'm pretty slow. It doesn't matter who I race. I'll fight Michael and I'll race Jim. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Michael ran 33 miles per hour, so there's no chance you have against him.
He was ahead of the car.
Yeah, he was definitely ahead of the car.
You are looking thick, Josh.
I know it's the camera. I know. I don't even know why we decided to do this video podcast thing. It's like we should have stuck with audio, right, Deb?
Right. We're in the same boat.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Good seeing you guys.
Congrats.
Hey, congrats, guys. That's awesome.
Appreciate it. Everything, just the relationship that we grew. I'm just glad that we have a friend in the podcast game, and definitely going to have some collabs in the future.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So congrats to you guys. Keep it going.
All right, later, guys.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
He gone. She gone.
All right, we
got them both locked in.
I'm gonna assume Tyler Long is Moose. I don't actually know his name, so.
Yeah, who's this Tyler Long? Why is he sneaking on here? Where the hell is Moose?
I'm right here, baby.
All right.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, yeah. All I gotta say is, why did she choose to fight Dwight?
That's the worst decision. Right? Okay, you guys give us your answer. You guys were watching. Okay, you got Michael, Jim, and Dwight. Who are you fighting? Who are you rapping against? And who are you racing?
I am rapping against Dwight. I am racing Jim. I saw him play basketball, and I can take him laterally and straight. Michael, he just looks like a stud.
Yeah, but so you're gonna fight him?
Oh yeah.
No, you race Michael. He's the one puking spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't fight Dwight.
He's got some crazy skills. That's right. Oh, yeah. But
he's gonna call his cousins.
Yeah, and rapping Jim. Even though he's probably pretty good. But
do we know for sure? I think Jim would be the worst at rapping. Based on what we know of show knowledge.
Probably.
Yeah, if it was actual characters, I think that's the way to go. I think Dwight in real life would probably be a good rapper.
Dwight's good at it all.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, give the credentials of our friends here from the Golf Fanatics, Ryan and Tyler, I guess.
Never heard of them.
Ryan and Moose. This is our first YouTube channel friends, Trey. We had our first podcast friends on before. These are our first YouTube channel friends. They have the YouTube channel Golf Fanatics. Absolutely entertaining show to watch. I watch it all the time. They were on episode 62 entitled Golf Fanatics, Golf M&Ms, and Geese. I don't remember the geese part. I don't remember what that was. I'm sure it was entertaining.
You have to ask, I'm gonna have to go back afford it.
That's like the third one that I've had. Like, I don't even remember this happening, so we're going to have to go back and listen to it.
That was our first video, too, from the side.
Yeah.
They had their little...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we set up our cameras. Did a little recap on the YouTube. It's good.
First time meeting Ryan.
Yep.
Knew Moose a little bit, but that was fun. Okay, so we have a few things to talk about. We don't have a lot of time. Actually, we have all the time because
you guys are our last guest,
and
we can talk.
We can do whatever we want. Thoughts on the past waste management this past week and the hole-in-ones and the Eagles and everything going on. Your thoughts, because there's rumors on the street that one of you might have actually videoed themselves getting a hole-in-one as well, which we can talk about here in a minute. And let's just say, ladies and gentlemen, it was not Moose.
I'll let Ryan go first on that one.
So yeah, waste management. I mean, that tournament looks super fun. I heard something you want to do once and probably not again unless you're a frat star. Okay. Everyone from ASU or U of A goes there. It's just a big old party, even like off the 16th hole, which that one is what they show all the time. But it looks fun. I think it was like 2 years ago, Moose and I were supposed to go, and then he had a wedding. Like, come on, schedules the wedding during it. But no, it was it looks fun. I mean, I know people that you gotta get there like at 8 p.m., camp overnight. Whoa. And then I think they open up the gates at like 3 or 4 a.m. and then everyone sprints to 16. But then by the time you get to 16, whether, if they tee off on hole 10, if they're starting on the back, you wait another, 3 hours, 2 hours till the first people show up. And then you're there all day and everyone's drinking. I mean, you're in the sun. Since I don't even know how people, I want to get to a point where you get invited and sit in a suite. That's the way to go.
That's a bucket list thing for me. I want to do that. I want to do that once. I want to go to St. Andrews. I want to go to Augusta, and I want to go sit on 16 and just get blackout drunk at 7 a.m.
The hole-in-ones are sick though. That's going to be on like the Netflix documentary wherever they're having come out. It's going to be like a clip of them all just throwing the beer. It looked like a rager.
And this is what we want to see, right? This is growing the game of golf. Enough of the old timers. We have people that are younger than us in high school that are coming out to see golf tournaments like this, and this is what we want to see. We want to continue to grow the game of golf, and this is how you do it right here.
Price-wise, how much money do you think was on the course in beer if you added all of that up?
Enough to run 50 waste management tournaments in the next few years.
Yeah, let's say $10 a beer. There's at least probably 500 beers out there.
I'm sure it's more than that, and it's probably Michelob Ultra too, because they're the sponsor of the PGA. So it's like, you know how many Michelob Ultras you'd have to drink to get drunk? Although I'm sure all those frat guys have like flasks or secret coolers that they brought in their pants or something.
And they
I feel like they're going to change it next year. I think they're going to take away the cans and they're going to put like cups or something.
Give them glass bottles. It's better.
Yeah, now we got an event, baby. You got to tee off with a helmet on. All right, so Ryan.
Yes.
Zach and I, we both don't have one. Break down for the fans about your hole-in-one. Is that your first ever?
Yeah, first ever. Still doesn't seem real. I think Moose, well, I mean, if you watch if you haven't watched the video, go back and watch it. But we're just out there. It was a weird day.
What were you on? What hole
Diamond Oaks, right, Moose?
I know that course very well.
We go out there. I smashed my finger at work like the day prior, and I told Moose, I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to even golf, and I couldn't grip the club. So we go out there, and we're just gonna like make a little quick video. Well, hole 3, I think, is a par 3 also. I almost dunked one on hole 3. Like it was pin seeking and we weren't recording. So I was like, Moose, if I make a hole in 1 and we're not recording, like I'm going to be so upset. Well, then, I think it was 2 holes later. Once again, can barely hold the club. I hit like a weird shot. I don't even think it's going to be good, right? I'm like barely even looking. And it lands short. Because usually, like if you hit it good, it's going to the pin, you're watching the whole time. This one, I kind of like hit it. I don't know if it was like, it felt chunky, but like watching it back, it wasn't chunky. Like it came out really weird. It was a little gap wedge. I think it was like 115, 120 yards, just a short par 3. And then it hits on the front, bounces, and it's rolling to it. And like, I'm just thinking, okay, we're on the green, we got to putt. And then it goes in, I catch it like in a glimpse, like a corner of my eye, I catch it. And then Moose just goes crazy. And I'm just like, I have no idea. And I'm so glad Moose is there because he made that hole in 1 so much better than it was if it was just me. I mean, I never even expected it to happen. So I wasn't thinking of a celebration. Only time I ever thought is if I hit it on like a water hole, I got jumped in the water or something. But like, I had no idea what to do. I was just shocked. Moose was sprinting. Luckily had the camera rolling, got the whole reaction. If it wasn't for Moose, I don't think it would be as cool as it was, but it was just crazy how it worked out.
That's a top 3 fear of mine is playing golf by myself and getting a hole in 1 where no one would ever believe you. So it's good to have Moose there for it. And you had it on video, so that's even better.
And on video, like how lucky is that? We only recorded like 5 holes, I think.
5 holes, yeah. The worst part is Ryan didn't even buy me my round.
That's what I was just gonna ask. I was gonna say how
many drinks did you buy?
0.
Nothing. We finished in the dark and then we just left.
It probably wasn't open, but I'm pretty sure at night there's these establishments you can go to, and you just go and then you give them your money and they give you alcohol.
We don't know about those anymore.
We didn't even take a picture. Like Moose was like, we didn't take a picture, and I'm like, yeah, but we got the whole thing on video. I'm good with that. I'll just hit another one. Awesome. I'll hit another one. I'll overreact and be all crazy.
So you got the hole in 1. You didn't take the picture and you didn't buy him a drink. You're never getting a hole in 1 ever again.
I'm telling you, it was bad.
Does it even count?
You might as well have like double birded the golf gods right there and say, "Screw you guys. I don't need you anymore."
Well, that's the thing too, right? Like some people say, "Oh, that doesn't count because like we played a full round, but like we were just there to make the video." So I hit it on the video. I don't even know what I shot that day. We were just messing around afterwards. So it was like, I mean, obviously I'm counting it. I don't care, but I guess I need to hit a legit one around.
I would have had to finish the round just so that I could post the scorecard in like a framed thing with the ball on my wall.
I would just make up numbers and just go get drunk.
I would do the same thing. Try a birdie here, an eagle
7,
here.
5, 2, 3, whatever.
Just write a whole bunch of 8s and go home and go to the bar.
Maxing out. I'm out of here. All right. So it's been a while now that you guys have been dodging us. Do you guys finally want to set a date, or are we going to have up these mysterious, my girlfriend booked something on the day we're supposed to lose to you guys in a 2-man scramble?
To be fair, I'm glad we did not actually do the scramble on that Sunday because we did not get home until around like 1 or 2 o'clock. So glad that happened, but let's do it. Let's schedule a date, man.
Yeah, I'll blame it. This has all been on Moose. All right, he's had a million things come up. I've been ready. You'll see. But we're getting. Let's just hope Moose is ready.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's basically going to be Ryan against Zach, and then Moose and I are going to challenge on see who's going to get the drunkest.
Have you watched our 18 beer challenge, Brian?
I've seen some of them. I haven't watched all your guys' videos. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll watch the 18 beer challenge, and I think that'll answer your question.
Yeah, it was like.
Do you really drink 18 beers?
18 beers and 9 holes.
That's
in
impressive.
9 holes. That's outrageous.
And we had to break 40, or we didn't win.
Yeah, it was a challenge. Now we got to do 18 shots.
Yep.
That's
that's
a
called
whole
death.
next level of. I want to be in on this shots challenge.
Dude, it's going to be rough. I already know I'm going to puke. The beer was a lot easier. I drank 8 and Moose drank 10.
Oh, so you're combined 18.
Oh, yeah, it's combined.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So that's only one a
on.
hole.
Oh, yeah,
That's
18
And
shots is not.
what beers were you drinking?
Ryan's got the silver bullets, and I had the Bud Light.
That's not even beer.
No.
Well,
What you guys
that's the
have?
point, right? You have to drink the 18 beers and shoot below 40 in a 2-man scramble.
In a scramble too? Come on.
Yeah. Wow. You
Okay.
have to drink 16 Smirnoff Ice.
This is
all right, Moose. We gotta film them because they are not doing it.
Works for me.
I can tell you that.
Works for me.
You might think it's easy, but you.
No, but our wives would be pissed.
We'll drive you home, tuck you in.
All right. Now we're starting to talk our language. So we're gonna, once we get off the air here, we're gonna set a date. It's gonna be on a Sunday. What courses do you guys like? We don't really care one way or the other.
It's a scramble, so that way we can go straight to their ball, Troy.
Now, do we get to play women's tees, Moose, or like we had to hit from where they hit?
Hey,
I don't know how this works.
Every time I play, I always recommend me playing up a little more.
Perfect. They play blue, we play white.
Beautiful.
2-man scramble.
Beautiful.
Oh.
It's for the kids.
Yeah.
All right, so we have this
Ryan
game.
and I'll play the tips.
Yeah, the course is short.
Yeah, it's a short course. You'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll play white. It's fine. So we have a game on our show: rap, race, rumble. You got to rap against one person. You got to race one person. You got to fight one person. We're gonna have a golf special for you guys. You got Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and John Daly. Who are you rapping against? Who are you racing? And who are you fighting? All prime, not current. Like,
well, that made it more difficult because Tiger's back is shot.
I know.
You'd be fine against Tiger now in all of them.
I'm gonna go ahead and rap against Phil Mickelson because John Daly actually makes his own music. Fun fact. And Tiger Woods he's not that. He doesn't have that personality. I will race John Daly, and I will rumble against Tiger Woods.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that way. Ryan, what do you got?
I don't know either.
I think I'd rumble. Gosh, I'd probably John Daly. I don't know. He might be like sneaky, but hoping he's got some beers in him. He's seen 2 hands. Actually, he has to drink a lot. I don't think he gets drunk, so I might be screwed there.
You'd be in more trouble if he didn't drink.
Yeah. Probably race Phil and rap Tiger.
Zach, which way are you going?
Yeah, I think you rap battle Tiger. I think you fight Phil. And you race John Daly. I think that's the right pick.
That might be.
Phil's got that lower body though. Them calves.
I can't see Tiger rapping. Something about that just seems wrong. Phil Mickelson doesn't look like he's very athletic. We've called him Stitz for like 15 years, so I think I could take him.
You line them up for me. Either you put them in any category. I'm gonna win the rap battle against any of them.
And if they're yeah.
I don't know race wise. I think the only one who could beat me in a race would be Tiger, prime Tiger.
I could definitely outrun John Daly.
I mean, what prime Tiger are we talking about though? He's been in prime for how many?
97
like
Tiger.
No, before that, like 95 when he won the amateur.
No, but that's the Tiger you're going against. Is 97 Tiger.
Yeah, he can't rap. His dad won't
And
even allow him to do that.
He hasn't even. Yeah. He's sheltered.
I bet he could. I bet he's just sat in his room all by himself thinking about golf and spit and flow.
Highly doubt it.
All right, gentlemen. So we'll set something up for Timber Creek on a Sunday, which works perfect because we can drop our kids off at our parents. If you're watching Mom and Dad, just so you know, one Sunday coming up, we're going to be dropping our kids off while we go play golf across the street. I'm excited. We'll have to set up the rules and all that, and what we're playing for, and how much we're going to drink, and who's paying for the Ubers.
Is the plan still to go afterwards and talk about the round?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Podcast is over after this part right here, and then you guys just stay on, and we'll talk shop and pick a date.
No, I mean after we play.
He says he wants to play around and then do a pod.
Oh, we could do that too. That works for me.
I mean, he might recap.
My thing was because that would be like an entire day. No, what we'll do is we'll play Sunday, and then the following Wednesday on our show, you guys will come on and we'll talk all about it. I think that's the best way to do it.
Gives you some time to regroup,
lick our wounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Troy has to write some sort of poem about our victory, so that he can read it on the pod.
I just want 3 questions that are just going to stump Ryan again, like he did last podcast.
What is your name?
I still to this day don't have a spirit animal. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, have you thought about it at all? Can you give us a little spirit animal?
I was thinking about it literally earlier, and I was like, no. I still have no. I couldn't even pick. No.
Moose, if you had to pick his spirit animal, what would it be?
It's a moose. It's because
his.
No, his, not yours.
Exactly. It's a moose.
What?
Both meese.
Big and dull.
You guys are both. You guys are both meese.
No, what were you, Moose? What were you?
I was an elephant.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He had some
sentimental value to it.
Elephants were actually around in 1763, and they had really good toenails, and I do too. So that's basically what he said, if I remember correctly.
That's about right.
I'm an underrated painter, and some of the elephants can paint. So
they can.
That is National Geographic right there. Loca's giving us a wave there in the notes. She's out of her lurking. She's playing Call of Duty. So hello, Loca. Thanks for coming back.
Boys, congrats on the 100th episode. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, guys.
No problem. We appreciate you guys joining us, and we'll see you at Timber Creek one Sunday coming up here soon.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
Later.
Zach, we're back. It's just us. Let's wrap up
the two of us.
Show. We can make it if we try.
Well, that was a really fun episode. I like that this shotgun style.
That was a lot of just.
Everyone was on time. Everyone left when they were supposed to. That was fantastic.
We didn't really have to cut anybody off. I think this is probably of our last one episode, probably the best one we've done. If you don't count the first 99.
This is like a top 80 episode for sure.
At least. We probably won't be deleting this one.
I'll definitely post this one.
So let's just give a shout out to all our guests. We had Tyler Golding join us first, the Animal 916. If you're on Twitch, go ahead, head over there. I'm not sure if he's streaming yet, but he's one of our favorite Madden streamers on Twitch. Then we were followed by Victor Rodriguez. Gave us his little King's expertise, talked about the lockdown, etc. Then we had Vito, a 3-time guest, one of 2 here in our 100th episode. He came on. We talked a little Disney, a little Gumball Rally and whatnot. 9 to 9:15, our first ever podcast friends, which was kind of cool. Josh and Deb, they joined us from the Connectable podcast. We talked just weirdness, Office, and Deb being the best person in the world. And then the Golf Fanatics, Moose and Ryan, from 9:15 to 9:30, talked about their hole-in-one and how they're going to get dominated at Timber Creek one Sunday coming up.
Man, I can't wait to
pretty wild ride.
It's going to be a good one, Trey.
I definitely have to ride with Moose, though.
It's going to be a good time.
All right, Zach, you got anything else?
Troy,
Follow us on
I
social
think
media.
That's all we got. Happy birthday to Weston. Thank you for everyone for joining us throughout the chat. Chat was blowing up today. Animal 916, Heather joined us, Sarah joined us, Loca joined us multiple times throughout the night. Deputy Dog came in and roasted Josh, which was hilarious. Jared came in and called you a sissy. The Beard and the Blonde.
The Beard and the Blonde.
We had a lot of people roll through tonight. We had a really good time. Troy, 100 episodes, man. That's pretty crazy.
I mean, I don't think I can say this too enough, but